Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to Four Guys in a Bar podcast, sponsored by Chiefs Blitz and presented by Dave Purdy with Supreme Lending. For your mortgage solutions, call Dave today at 816-405-5831. That's 816-405-5831 because he's pretty good. Here's your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Welcome back to the next edition of Four Guys in a Bar, presented by Chiefs Blitz, YouTube, chiefsblitz.com. Want to welcome everybody to the show. We will be talking plenty about the struggling Miami Dolphins coming into the cold of Arrowhead for the Saturday night matchup, exclusively on Peacock TV. We'll get into all that as well. But first, I want to talk about our good friend and one of our corporate sponsors, Mr. Eric Haynes of the Eric Haynes Group. He is one of the finest young men I know. He is also a terrific realtor. He is currently helping me and Mrs. Chiefs Blitz find a house, and he has been bombarded with requests for information about properties and disclosures and his thoughts about the houses that we're looking at. And he has shown an extreme amount of patience. And for those that know me, I am not the easiest guy to get along with at times. But Eric has taken our yeah, exactly. Eric has taken our hand, and he is helping us out. So if you need a great realtor, give Eric a call at 816-729-3785. You can reach him at esaleskc@gmail.com. He is the guy who's going to walk you through the entire process, from finding a property, going through the disclosures, doing all the paperwork, going to closing, and handing your keys. And even after that, he'll make sure that you're taken care of. Again, give him a call at 816-729-3785. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who.
Proud sponsor of Chiefs Who. And with that, my cohorts, Mr. Hense Todd with Bowtie Sports, our exclusive and premier man of the hour who puts this show together every week with the most technically challenged individual he's ever been associated with, me. And Lou Montagna, our other senior member as well. And, of course, the coach, Andre Tillman. Coach Dre is joining us as well. And gentlemen, screw the regular season. It is over. I don't care. I don't care what happened. I don't care how they got here. None of that matters. I don't give a crap about what happened. The Chiefs are in the postseason. They have a very winnable first game against the Miami Dolphins, who've already lost two pass rushing.
Kansas City.
All right, come on, Casey Will, man. I haven't even got started my monologue yet. My goodness, no, we appreciate that a lot. Listen, I've read this morning and I've talked to everybody. All of a sudden now the Chiefs are a team to be feared. I mean, why weren't they a team feared earlier? Anybody who watched the Bills last night beat the Dolphins. The Dolphins tanked. Tua went into a shell. The offensive coaches didn't even trust him to throw the ball. They were trying to run the ball in the second half. Oh, my goodness, what a mess. Buffalo gets the number 2 seed. Yes, Kansas City, if they'd won one more game, they would have been the number 2 seed. But it doesn't matter. I don't care. It's Patrick Mahomes. He's the greatest quarterback in the NFL right now. And he's the only guy that's won 2 Super Bowls, 2 MVPs, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, and held the AFC title game in Kansas City for 5 consecutive years. I doubt it's going to be 6. That'd be quite a stretch. But this is his time. This is what he plays for. Everything else that's happened to this point is meaningless. It's here. The Chiefs will host the Miami Dolphins on Saturday night, 7 o'clock local time. It will be broadcast by Peacock. That's not NBC. If you're in Kansas City, just so we're clear, you will be able to watch it. If you have Channel 41 on your cable box or on your YouTube channel, you will see this game if you are out of market. If you're in market, that's your best shot. If not, buy the Peacock streaming services. Use the 7-day free trial. Stick your middle finger up once the game is over, get you and cancel, and you'll be able to watch the game. It's
way to
just
go,
that
Nick.
simple.
So we can kiss that Peacock sponsorship goodbye right now.
It's not going to happen.
Put the middle finger up. Put the bird up, huh? He said put the bird up.
Yeah. So there you go.
Bird to the bird.
That's my hot take to start the show.
Is a peacock a bird?
Yeah, it's a bird.
So flipping a bird to the bird. Okay. All right.
But does the peacock fly though?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. And it just has to work for 3 hours on Saturday night.
Pretty.
I don't know.
Yeah,
if I
that's
do.
right.
It just looks pretty.
He's
It's
going
a
to be
boy
cold.
bird. It's a
Sure
boy bird.
does.
Yeah, the
Boy
peacock's
bird?
going to be
Girl
awful
bird.
cold.
It is a boy bird.
That's a girl bird, bro. The peak.
It's
Ain't no
a boy
beautiful
bird.
boy.
No, we
A
can't.
beautiful
We're not
boy?
going to teach him anatomy today.
Oh
It's
my!
not going to happen.
Okay, I'm
I
assuming-
this here today.
Guys,
This
gentlemen,
is
I'm
a
assuming.
girl bird because it looks beautiful.
Wow, I'm assuming
Well-
there's both sexes, or there'd only be one.
Nope,
This is
nope. Y'all, both of y'all wrong.
All right,
We
let's
gonna
cut
have
to the
bird
chase.
food.
Hey,
We
better
let's
need,
have
get to the chase.
Seafood.
Hey,
We're gonna
listen,
have
listen.
bird
we
food.
need the Audubon Society to chime in. Anybody out there listening to this
All right,
podcast?
okay,
Four guys in a
guys.
bar.
Is a peacock?
What-
Hey, is it a girl
All
or
right.
boy? Leave a
Somebody
comment.
out there.
How can
somebody
you
out there
only
send
have
us-
one?
Send us the
It's a
proper.
boy bird. I'm trying to tell you.
It's
Okay,
not
well,
a boy bird. It's a girl bird, bro.
Okay. We'll leave it alone.
Okay.
I don't know.
Listen.
So
Go
who
ahead,
does,
go
who
ahead,
do-
Jay.
so
Listen,
who
listen
does
though.
this boy bird mate with to have other peacocks?
Who knows?
Oh,
Who
God.
knows?
What do you guys? I don't understand. How can
It
there
doesn't
only
make
be
sense.
one sex?
What is it? Y'all said it's a boy bird. What is it?
It didn't
Boy.
hit the fan, Nick. It didn't hit the fan.
That's like
the
saying-
topic
that's like-
for another show.
That's like
Hold on,
saying
hold on.
that's like saying
Hey,
all
Google.
cats are
Is
female.
peacock a boy
What?
bird?
Come on, cross your fingers.
We're going high tech here.
We're going full
Many
tilt
three
here.
species of birds of the pheasant family Phasianidae.
It's a male bird.
Peacock. The female is a peahen and the babies are peachicks.
And a male is a male is
There
a
are three
peacock.
species of
A
peacock.
male is a peacock.
So
Okay, we
what's the
solved
girl?
that
So what
mystery.
is the girl?
Well,
We saw the mister. We saw the
So
mister.
what's the girl then?
There
What's
she
the
was.
girl then?
she was still talking. Hence, come on.
Right,
They're
you cut it off.
All right, guys.
This is not a good debater, man. This is not a good debater, man.
We got the
my
Chiefs
goodness.
to talk about. We got again. Go back to
Wait,
it.
wait. Casey Will said females.
Here it is. Here it is. Here it
Here it
is.
is.
Casey Will saved us. All right, there it is.
There it is.
Let's talk about it.
There it is.
Go on.
Females. The term peacock is commonly used to refer to birds of both sexes. Both sexes. Bow tie.
Hold on. What he said?
Only males are peacocks. Females are peahens. What
Yeah.
is that? Peahens. And together they are all called peafowl. Well, together they're called peafowl.
There you go. See. So
But
there's
the
I'm not
male is
referring
called a
them-
what?
I'm not
Look-
referring them to peafowl, so I'm not going there. So this is where I draw. This is where I draw the
so
line.
are they related to gamecocks?
Oh, God.
Stop it, guys. Stop it.
Listen,
Hey,
listen,
it's
listen.
Monday. Kids are in school. We ain't trying to
Are-
go back.
are
Kids
there-
are back in school? Enjoy.
Are there female gamecocks?
That's what I'm saying.
No, still good.
It gotta make sense, Lou. It gotta make sense.
Yeah,
Listen.
All right, go ahead, Jay.
So Justin Ross was targeted 4 times.
Oh, here we
4 for
go.
17 yards. For
Yeah.
17 yards.
Yeah.
Now,
You better-
my man
you better
Bowtie
say-
said, and my man Bowtie said he had a hamstring injury.
Well, he did eventually.
Well, eventually, Lou.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, I blame Gabbert on some of them throws. He overthrew him. So
He was running for his life, dude. Like the entire that he had to
That is
rotate.
True.
He had 9 guys rotating on that offensive line. 2 of them went out hurt, both tackles.
Yeah.
You had Creed Humphreys playing left tackle.
He was a little high with some throws, or a little wild with
Yeah.
some throws, but you got to give him
He
a
was.
little bit of a break. He hasn't played in forever, hadn't started
Yeah.
a game in 5 years.
Yeah, it's only won like 14 games
Yeah.
as a starter
And
over 10 years.
Right,
and we
right.
talked a little bit about it last night, is that game plan was very vanilla. I mean, somehow McCole Hardman was making contested catches all over the field.
Yeah, it shocked me though. It shocked
He
me.
just went.
Lou.
He
It
went to
shocked
sleep.
me.
He went to sleep a little bit on Gabbert's interception, but that's the McCole Hardman experience, man.
Hey, if they
Right.
get anything out of this game, at least they know they can probably count on McCole Hardman to
I
take
agree.
some of the MVS reps, which
Yeah.
I think was their entire goal.
Get
I
some,
think they had
get some speed, get them down the field, whether
Yeah.
they throw it to him or not.
Yes,
Open
there
the
was
field.
speed down there.
Now there's
Some
tape.
good
Maybe,
speed. Yeah.
maybe MVS just turned into a peacock. Maybe just
Right.
have all the pretty feathers.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the peacock, sir, because Mr. Bowtie is instigating the situation. We know how Bowtie do.
I won't start it back up. But again,
he would.
Again, Nico Hartman shows some flashes, guys, in this game. Not just going up, not just he did go up against the Chargers #1 defense.
So MVS is the peacock.
Stop it, sir.
You gotta let it fly.
That's a problem. It doesn't fly, and MVS doesn't run good routes.
There it is.
That's the problem. It doesn't fly.
Oh, God.
Oh man, we gotta see this. The stuff we gotta clip before the show, guys.
MVS was pretty key in that celebration when Chris Jones finally got his sack. He was pretty
that
fired up.
was the highest I've seen him jump on the football field this year.
Absolutely.
Really?
Moving quickly, getting off the ground.
Agility. He had agility. He was focused on the
Nick said
celebration.
it was the highest he ever seen him jump.
Yeah, that was it.
Then they threw him a towel and he dropped it.
Yeah.
He was horrible all around, guys.
I don't know. I don't know if that means anything, but
Okay, but again, Nico Hartman, guys,
of the year.
Nico Hartman, he did go up and he did have some nice catches that game. Looking back at the game, seeing him that he get the reps. If I'm the Chiefs, I'm taking him. He's good on it. What we said on the Spaces yesterday. If Coach Dre did join, but we said on the Spaces yesterday.
Information, sir.
With no false information. You see it in Group B. But again, the thing is, Nico Hartman is good on the jet sweeps where the Chiefs are missing when they offense. He's good on running deep routes. Some catches that he had. This wasn't just against the Chargers, second stream or third stream. This is a #1. This is a starter.
Top defense. All their starters played that were healthy.
So Nico Hartman still put up 77 yards. If I'm starting him over MVS, yes. You know what I mean? Both of them, I had to start him over MVS because
I'll start anybody over MVS.
I don't know. In all honesty, Andy Reid, I would say they're going to probably share the reps, would be my guess, because there are some things that MVS can do really well, and that's to be a decoy. And I'm not mocking him. I mean, he does stretch the field, and he's a really good blocker downfield. So I will give him the props for that, despite the fact that he can't catch a cold. But at the end of the day, what happened yesterday was good for the Chiefs, because now opposing teams that they play, the Dolphins, probably the Bills, and probably the Ravens after that, are going to have to worry about Mecole Hardman. And if you remember, if we're fortunate to get the championship game against the Ravens, Mecole Hardman had one of the best days of his career in Baltimore 2-3 years ago. So listen, that was the biggest bonus. The one thing to take out of this football game, other than knowing that Humphrey can play left tackle if need be, and
he can play guard.
He can play any position on the offensive line.
Had he ever played guard? And he said no.
No.
He's been his
what's crazy, guys? MVS couldn't catch a slug. He couldn't keep up with a turtle, man. He couldn't put his hands on a turtle. The man, listen, guys. I'm saying how bad this dude is.
Let's not beat him when he's down.
When I beat him, hopefully I beat him so good to where he start performing well. I think I'm gonna have to, because right now, look, Joshua Williams. I've been beating that man all season. Look at him. He's making hits. He's looking incredible.
He's in good
position.
The coach is motivating the guys out there.
Williams look
right.
good.
What are they saying? What are they saying in the comments, Drake? What are they saying?
He said Casey couldn't even catch in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. He couldn't, right? Just think about this, guys. Just think about this. We could have had Hill, Metcalf at the same time with Mahomes, Kelsey. He said, "Come on, Beach." My thing is, yes, we could have had him. But Beach mentality was different.
Could have had Jonathan Taylor or DeAndre Swift instead of CEH.
Well,
so, yeah,
the
you
problem,
can second guess all those all you
we
want.
can blame Joe Burrow for the CEH experience because he made him look like a superstar.
He
his
did. The
senior
LSU
year.
team was something special. The LSU
Yeah.
team was something
But,
special.
but
And
again,
that's another
guys,
piece where just because you have a lot of success in college doesn't always necessarily translate to the NFL,
Hello.
and vice versa. If your skill doesn't quite, show or is shown in the college game, you can still be a very good pro, aka Puka Nakua.
Oh, that's your boy, Lou.
But as far as
Puka.
McColl is concerned, we know he has it in him. He has the ability to do just about anything he wants on the field. The key with him is, I think, just sometimes he's absent-minded. I think sometimes it gets away from him. Like during that route where it looked like he was shutting it down, or he lost the ball and he just kind of slowed down and the DB was there. It was almost like a punt.
Mhm.
But by the same token, he makes that catch across the middle where he kind of rips it away from the defender. And then gets upfield. So you got to take the good with the bad. That's just who he is. And during the course of the playoffs, he's going to make a big play in one of these games.
Yep, I agree with you. And again, it's game film that defenses have to be aware of. I think Patrick Mahomes clearly trusts him. He did take a few weeks to get back acclimated after he broke his thumb, I think it was. And listen, if Hardman, Kelsey gets back in the groove, you got Rashee Rice, and Pacheco's playing well. That's pretty formidable for even the best of defenses to go after, because Andy Reid's going to open up the playbook, and you still got Watson, who's pretty good down the field as well. So that's good enough. If Mahomes can win the AFC title game a year ago with MVS and number 5, 6, and 7 on the depth chart, I'm pretty confident that he could probably win this, guys. And maybe they get something out of Tony. I don't want to forget about him because I think he's going to make amends in the postseason.
Looking at this postseason, it's like I told you guys before. It's the storytelling Cinderella stories for all teams. Okay, you got the Chiefs, Tyreek Hill returning to Arrowhead Stadium. You got Matt Stafford facing his old team in the Lions, and Jared Goff facing his old team at the Rams. You know what I mean? You got the Cinderella story with the Houston Texans going on there to play Joe Flacco. Now, if Joe Flacco take out the Texans, then you have Joe Flacco going to go face his old team in Baltimore.
Oh, I would love it.
I mean? So then if the Chiefs when the Chiefs destroy the Miami Dolphins, then you have the Chiefs going into Buffalo with a nice running game. And then when it was nice and cold there at one time, Hilaire put up 200 and some yards. He put up 200 some yards on the ground. So
do not sell the Steelers short, man.
Well, without Watt, that's going to be tough. Yeah. I think Mike Tomlin is one of the best defensive minds in the NFL. Period. Even
I hope
without
Steelers beat the Buffalo. I hope they do.
Yeah, even if Watt is obviously he's not going to play.
No,
but I'm with you. I think Buffalo's going to win this game, but I think it's going to be kind of a similar game as they've had during this 6-game winning streak. They're going to find a way in the last couple of minutes, or the other team's going to make a mistake. I mean, Josh Allen is a good quarterback. He's not great. That offense has a lot of holes. They had a lucky bounce that probably was going to be an interception and turns into a touchdown. The guy catches the ball and a kick, 5 yards at the 5-yard line, and there's no coverage. And it's just a lot of luck went into that game, and a lot of luck has gone into the 6-game winning streak. I mean, you go back to the Tony gap. If Tony doesn't make that, isn't offsides, the Bills are out of the playoffs, period. Right. They're not even going to the postseason. So, a lot of interesting stories to be had, but you're right. Hans, you've got some pretty cool matchups in the wild card round, especially on the first day. I think NBC did a good job of pushing that narrative and making sure that they get some pretty sweet games for day one. But
McCarthy against the Packers too.
Yeah, McCarthy against the Packers. You got everything. The NFL gods have a massive hand
to be entertaining, to be very entertaining.
Even the Chiefs and the Dolphins. It's the first time the Dolphins have played a playoff game in Kansas City since December 25th, 1971. And they lost, and they won in double overtime. So for me, smoke the Dolphins, worry about what happens after that.
You know what's crazy about these games coming up, guys? It's any given day.
The Cardinals are not in them.
Saturday, any given Sunday, right? If you look at it like this, we are rooting for Kansas City. We know Kansas City ain't, but we're not. Everybody, it's not as confident as they should be in Kansas City,
right?
And for good reason. Look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have a great defense. The defense is still good. Like you said, Mike Tomlin is one of the best defensive coaches. And they have a good run game, too. They got two-head monster down there, too. And Rudolph been playing pretty good, too. And you still got your boy Pickens down there, Hense. They got Pickens. You know what I'm saying? You still got that.
You never know. Pickens could go off and have a great game.
He could go off, right? Flacco and the Texans, right? Who we all thought that the coach was going. Well, I didn't. I had CJ. But at the same time, if you look at the coach, CJ went off. Nick Collins went off. So it's any given day. Like right now, we have a good defense and a good run game, right? And we still got Patrick Mahomes, right? In the playoffs, Patrick Mahomes is phenomenal in the playoffs. He used his legs very well. Very well. Like, he's not going to let this team lose. But at the same time, it's like this. How good the defense is right now, they can still get gassed. They can still get gas. Like Watson can't give up a play. You know, Steve been great all year, and he can give up a touchdown in the playoffs. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
listen.
Yeah, you're right. And
go ahead.
Mahomes, it's really simple. For all those people comparing Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and Mahomes, stop. They're not in the same category. Statistically, fine. But as far as winning it, improving it, Mahomes has lost in 5 seasons. He's lost 2 AFC title games and 1 Super Bowl. They've won 2 Super Bowls. I mean, all the wins, I don't know what he is, 14-3 or 13-3 or something like that. And, you know, Lamar Jackson's 0-1. Josh Allen's never won an AFC title game. And they've gone down each year.
Right.
And it's just silly to think about all these things that are being talked about, you know, this morning. I mean, you know it's good for the Chiefs when Stephen A. Jackson says the Dolphins have no chance to win. So, you know, Mahomes is the secret sauce.
He is.
And he hated the way this season went. He grinded it out.
I have graphics for my guy that
all right, here we go.
That does stuff for me. So let's go ahead and break down.
Pull the trigger, Bo. Pull the trigger, man.
Break it down. Let's go ahead and break it down. Thank God for my guy Jake does the graphics for Bowtie Sports. Thank you for letting us use this. So we're looking at this playoff screen, guys. We have Buffalo, the Steelers, the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Dolphins, the Texans, the Browns. Now, with all this been said, guys, it's only one man is in this playoff bracket that had 2 rings, and only one coach that's been doing this for on both sides of the fences, and still kicking butt on both sides of the fence. He can be the bad guy, still be over there on the NFC, and still on the NFC side, he still own records over there. And Andy Reid,
I agree. Will
looking at this schedule, guys. Looking at these teams, he brack up. The Chiefs still in there. It doesn't matter. Like, even though that we didn't get the number 2 seed, they had to go. We have to see Patrick Mahomes do it on the road. Brady did it on the road. Manny did it on the road. So now it's time for our great quarterback to do it on the road. Now, it doesn't matter how he get there or how he got there. At the end of the day, we still the Kansas City Chiefs. We still have the best quarterback in the league. We still have the best head coach in the league. Until those two depart from each other, it's still always to be the Kansas City Chiefs.
And we got the worst receiving group in the league.
Again, shout out Jake.
So if you look at the receiving group, let's talk about the receiving group in the league. Now, we're confident in Mahomes. Hell yeah, Mahomes is going to get busy. And the defense, but we're not confident in the receiving core, guys. It's the elephant in the room. Let's stop playing.
We're rolling that dead horse back out.
We're going to beat them down until I see otherwise.
Get out your club, coach. Get out your club.
Lou, you know I'm going to beat him over the head with it, baby. You know I do it all the time. Look at Williams. He look like an efficient, good number 3 corner. He's physical.
Really well.
He dancing around. He's confident.
William said, KC Will said, Ravens and Chiefs AFC Championship.
Yeah,
No matter
I can
what.
see that.
No,
but I'm gonna say this. Wait. Hold on. If the Ravens go out there and their receiving core has been efficient, they've been real efficient all year. They can go out there and actually put points up against this defense because like real talk, they have no go-to guy.
The Ravens, again, we'll look at this board again for everybody. We're gonna look at it again. Sorry to take over the show like this, but I had to. You're trying to. But again, we're gonna look at this graphic again. Okay, we have the Chiefs at number 3 versus the Dolphins. We had the Bills versus Steelers at number 7. We had the Browns versus Texas. I'm telling you, the Browns is going to take out the Texas. That Cinderella story is out the window. Then the Browns going to go to where? They're going to have to, if the Steelers lose against the Bills and the Chiefs win against the Dolphins, and the Chiefs will go against the Bills and the Browns will go against the Ravens. So this is Nick's story. Nick said if the Browns beat the Ravens and the Chiefs beat the Bills, where do the AFC Championship come back to, Nick?
Kansas City.
It comes back to Kansas City. The Chiefs versus the Browns. So it doesn't matter, guys. We are still in there, even though on paper right now, we don't have the number 1 seed. But at the end of the day, the championship still will come through Kansas City.
Hey, I love your confidence, Bo, but you're not addressing the elephant in the room, baby. We know Mahomes got 2 rings.
Don't matter. It don't matter.
Do you trust the people with the hands, baby?
It doesn't matter.
Do you trust the hands?
It's
irrelevant.
matters.
Nick, it matters, Nick. Nick, it matters.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore.
Okay. Is Mahomes gonna catch the ball too?
Listen, you know why it doesn't matter? Because nothing you can do about it, Andre. It is what it is.
Green said taking the ball too. So if we looking at both sides of the ball,
it is what it is, Nick. It is what it is. Huh?
It is what it is. They're either going to catch the ball or not, and if they catch the ball 90% of the time, Chiefs are going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Man, talk about it. You're right. If they catch the dang ball, man.
But speaking of somebody that can catch the ball, is our boy Eric Haynes. Let's go back into his sponsors.
He can catch the ball.
All right, we'll talk about my good friend Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. You can reach him at 816-729-3785. If you're looking for someone to help you buy a house, as he is with me and Mrs. Chiefs Blitz, he has held our hand. He has put up with my obnoxious texts and phone calls for information, and he's taking good care of us. And that's what you want in a realtor. You want someone who will work hard for you, make sure you find the right property, make sure that you get all the information and the documents and everything else, and put it together so you can make an informed decision. And if one of the houses we looked at, he said, Nick, I don't know if that's the right house for you. And you know what? I had to agree with him, and I had to take his expertise. And that's what you want. This is an interesting time right now. Housing prices are stable in some areas. Interest rates are coming down. So there are a lot of buyers out there looking, and there is some good value and some good properties. When rates come down all the way, property values are going to go up. So if you're looking to do something, my suggestion is you do it sometime in the spring. If that's the case, reach Eric at 816-729-3785. He is your trusted real estate advisor and
proud sponsor of Chief Who.
There you go.
So Kareem says this. Kareem says Cowboys Chiefs Super Bowl, right? Do I trust the Cowboys? No.
And speaking of that, we're gonna go ahead and drop it. We're gonna drop another gem from Jake. Thank you, Jake, for the graphics.
Just drop the gem. Just drop the gem.
I did it out there. I'm trying to. We look at today. So we're gonna go it again. Boom. We're gonna go to the NFC. Okay, we're gonna go to the NFC side. Okay, looking at the NFC side. So now we got the NFC side. We got the Cowboys. I'm feeling the Cowboys and the Chiefs. The Cowboys and Chiefs can do it.
You're not feeling that. You're not feeling that.
I'm feeling it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But look at that number 1 seed. You got the 49ers. Okay, so they got the Cowboys and Packers. The Packers maybe can win that. No, maybe not. Do you have the Lions versus the Rams? And that's going to be a great game. I think the Rams are going to take that game from the Lions.
Right.
But you got the Buccaneers versus the Eagles. Now, that's going to be a toss-up game because the Eagles are just
The
Below-
wheels,
they are
the wheels have
They're
come
horrible.
off.
They're
The
horrible. I'm sorry,
wheels
Lou.
I have
The Eagles
The
are
wheels have
horrible.
come off.
the wheels
They're
have
horrible.
fallen off the Eagles, and I think the
Yeah.
Buccaneers will take
Yeah.
that.
What the
man.
hell's going
But
on?
and again, like
Real, man.
like my guy said, like we said on the X's last night. I think the Chiefs and the Cowboys, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm gonna give the Chiefs fans a scenario. Like I said, I feel like the Chiefs, you know what I mean, is a new American team, and the Cowboys is an old American team. So, you know what I mean, they both gonna be on America's platform. So who is the new America's team? You know what I mean? Who's taking that title? So I feel like the Chiefs is gonna defeat the Cowboys in Las Vegas. Patrick Mahomes get his third ring.
Cowboys is not going. They choke all the time.
Okay,
Come on,
I agree
man.
with you.
And
I
then
agree.
on the field after the Super Bowl, Travis proposes to Taylor Swift, and then Chiefs, America's team, right?
Yes, they will be. He will marry America's sweetheart,
The
and he will get his
Swifties'
third
heads
Super
will
Bowl.
explode.
They will
They
all
gonna love
explode.
it, right?
But they all go ahead.
So
Go ahead, Jay.
Trahan says the Cowboys are going to choke, like they always do. Until further notice, they're going to choke. I don't have faith in them, right? And why is Jalen Hurts on the board? Why is Jalen Hurts on there? What has he done to be the front runner of the NFC? Why is he on there? Why is he on there? I don't know.
They went from 10-1 till
I didn't make it.
10-1 to 11-6, and it's just
hey,
crazy.
Don't question Jake's
Maybe Jake is an Eagles fan.
So listen though, I still got San Francisco winning the NFC. I still got Niners doing it.
I call my man.
They're the best team in the NFC right now.
But again, if you wanna have a nice party, it's gonna be a playoff party. You know, give our guy. He always in the chat. Give Salsa guy a chance. You know, try some of his salsa. Go out there and get some of the salsa. You know what I mean? Leave it where they can find it.
Extra spicy salsa.
Good stuff. We had some over the holidays. Absolutely appreciate that, Vincent. We'll have to get us some more bottles, all right? So we can put one on the shelf up back there on Andre and Lou's board.
Least you could do for all this free advertising.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, every week. Listen, man, I'm with you 100%. But again, San Francisco is the best team from top to bottom. Can we agree?
In the NFL right now?
Yeah.
I'm talking about in the NFC.
Let's look at it again. I don't think so. I think it right now. If I had to say the NFC, it's those sneaky Rams. The Rams is going to come out of nowhere, and they're going to come out of nowhere. And I feel
What makes you say that? What makes you say that?
It's going to be the Rams. Come on, we got Jared Goff. They got a good coach. They've been there before. They won a ring before.
You got Williams,
Eric Donald.
Goff's on the
you got Eric Donald on the defense. You got
But do you trust that defense? Do you trust that defense?
They traded Goff, right?
I don't know if I trust the defense 100%. I think San Francisco is the best team overall in the NFC. I don't think there's any question about it. If they're healthy. Now, if they're missing a piece, they are not. They have to have Brock Purdy, and I've got some really good buds who I've known for a long time are huge Iowa State fans, and they said, no, can't say anything disparaging about him. But if he's missing his star running back or one of his wide receivers or one of his offensive linemen, he struggles. He is the complete system quarterback that can yield this offense to near perfection when he has all the parts and pieces. So for me, I still say it's going to be the 49ers and the Lions in the NFC title game. And I'm going to maintain it until otherwise. I think the Lions and the Chiefs, both being the 3 seeds, are going to be your Super Bowl 57 teams. And I, for one, will absolutely love that. I think it would be a great story on both ends. Listen, the Lions deserve a chance to go to the Super Bowl. I'm sorry.
They do. I like Campbell. I like Campbell.
So you said the Lions and the Chiefs, and the Lions. What you say? The Lions win, and they have the draft and Detroit.
No, I'm not saying the Lions would win that. The Lions will not win that rematch. It's not going to happen. You are not going to beat teams twice in one season, regular season and into the playoffs.
It's
very rare. Buffalo got away with it last night, beating the Dolphins twice. But
the Chiefs may have to do it, right? I mean, they do have to do it.
Yeah,
they
a
do.
lot.
It's going to be
Saturday
tough.
night. Yeah.
If you compare the team, the Dolphins back then to the Dolphins now, if we're playing the Dolphins from the Germany time, I would be a lot more concerned about this game Saturday night than I am now. They had too many defensive injuries, and there were a lot of gaps in
certainly
special
not the team
teams.
they were.
Yeah.
And I guess to Hense's point, from midseason on, the Rams are a completely different team than they were early.
Right.
Exactly.
That's why I said they're gonna come in there and take it all.
So I don't know that they take it all. I could certainly see a path for them beating Detroit in Detroit, but that place is just going to be electric. I mean, this is the first.
I'm rooting for him.
This is the first time I got to
too.
shout out my region. This is the first time in NFL history all three teams from the shores of Lake Erie have made the playoffs. Buffalo, Cleveland, and Detroit. Okay, so that's a big deal around here, man.
Listen, I'm all for. I would be all for a Detroit Lions Buffalo Bills Super Bowl if the Chiefs bow out, because I think that means that one of these starved franchises is going to win a Super Bowl. Listen, I
want not Josh Allen. You don't deserve it.
Just being honest.
Nick is a romantic, and he's
romanticizing
the acting real salty. Acting real salty with Josh Allen.
Of my 61 years on this planet Earth, being deprived of a Super Bowl before my beloved Kansas City Chiefs. So I respect the time that Buffalo and Detroit have wasted, been hurt, bruised, pissed, disgusted, ready to vomit, put bags on their faces. I get it all. Yeah. I had bags on my face at Arrowhead, during some of the bad years. I was proud to wear that mask.
Well, Buffalo's been there 4 times. They were right there. They
haven't won.
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't like
teams.
Detroit and Cleveland have never even been there.
Well, Cleveland will never get there.
That's the thing I don't like. I don't like teams that talk stuff. I just don't like Buffalo fan base. I don't like seeing Cincinnati fan base. They talk stuff like they've been there, like they had rings, and like they do these things.
Don't because it's a new generation. It doesn't.
The Chiefs talk smack.
It's all a new generation, dude. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's a never experienced. For one man only. Yeah. And you see who's on the Lamar Jackson.
I would say half of the new Bills fans couldn't. No. The half of the Bills fans couldn't tell you who the starting quarterback was. For the Bills those 4 years they win.
Can we call them fans if they just live through the winning of their team? If the team starts losing, it's like if you bail, then you're out. Okay,
I tell Chiefs fans all the time that.
That's not being a fan. That's just being you just want to ride the wave, right?
Yeah. If you're on the bandwagon,
One quick point, we talked before about this whole narrative that Patrick Mahomes has not played a playoff game on the road. And I think it's just a big talking point for shows, well, like us and others, to just because it's never happened. But if you look at him, it's not like he has some terrible road record ordinarily. Like it's this big boogeyman that he's never gone into a game and like lost on the road. I think he's an equal opportunity assassin, whether it's in Arrowhead or anywhere else. So I don't buy any of that.
I don't care.
And we talked about it last night. If they don't beat themselves, they're going to beat every single game. And you
just like that, Drake. Can you grab that picture and put it closer to the camera? That Michael Jordan right there. That picture behind.
Not too close though.
Can you bring it to the camera? I want to see it close. Come on, bring it close. I got
this. How about this?
See.
How about this?
Hey, listen. I like that one.
You see that man in the back of Drake right there? If you can see it,
man, right here.
That man right there. You see that? It's only one man in the NFL to have common nonsense as Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? One man left besides Brady that left. But the guy that's left is LeBron James, Stephen Curry, everybody you want to name. That man is Patrick Mahomes. So I'm not fearing no quarterback. Tuna in the can. You see Tuna in the can yesterday. Tua, a.k.a. Tua, in the can. He went in the can yesterday.
That was a rough second half for sure.
He threw it into double coverage. He threw it into double coverage and gave nobody a chance. You know what I mean?
I'm going to give him a little bit of a break on that one. That was Chase Claypool. What he was doing on the field, I don't know.
The guy caught 4 passes all year, and he's your go-to guy.
that might have been a little bit on him too.
And Hill was hurt, and he was out of the game at that point. Hill's only good for every other snap.
Mr. Boltar, let me give you an example of what I said about Patrick Mahomes and receiver. You see that guy over here, Jordan? He trusts Steve Kerr. He's trespassing when the game was on the line in the clutch, right? Mahomes doesn't have that trust, baby.
And
he doesn't have that trust.
Every pass that Jordan threw.
That's damn right. And Jordan chastised Steve Kerr. And what happened? They had a mutual, beautiful relationship.
Well, I think he punched him in the face. What do you?
Well, we got a little physical. We got a little physical with him. We got a little physical. Look, Lou. He performed though. He said, "I punched in the mouth."
Yeah, it was during a practice. Hey,
yeah. You gotta get beat down in practice. You gotta get chewed out in practice, guys.
So you said Travis Kelce, Rasheed Rice, and Patrick Mahomes got jump MVS in the locker room. Huh?
Yes,
so that's Ty's hands.
I'm pretty sure that some of the conversations were probably not too friendly.
I know they wasn't. I know they wasn't. I know
the private conversations.
Drake found a way to bring it right back to MVS.
That's right.
I did.
What they said in the comments, Drake?
Oh, okay. Ken St. Clair tuna. He said tuna in the arm. Tua Armstrong look questionable in the second half. Kareem says MVS will make a huge game-changing play again in the playoff. Kareem, I'm not reading that too well because I'm gonna skip that comment, sir. He said he's gonna make a huge statement. I don't believe it. I'm gonna say this. Do I believe in MVS? No. I really don't believe in him, man. I don't. Like, I really don't. Because
really? It's not the first time I've heard that.
Remember this play, Lou? Remember he told him, put the ball right here. You tell him Mahomes to put the ball right here. And a couple games ago, he put the ball right here.
Yeah, we put the words in his mouth, but you could tell the way he was putting his hands after he dropped it. It was like, okay, dude, come on.
The disrespect. I said, oh, no, you got to go, my man. You got to go. You don't disrespect the guy that try to make you famous.
Hey, kudos.
Go ahead, Nick.
Kudos to Travis Kelce, for going up to him afterwards. I'm sure that wasn't easy, but that's what a leader does, know. And listen, I think Kareem makes a good point. I think there'll be an opportunity where he makes a play in this game.
And right off the team.
Well, listen, you got him for as many games as the Chiefs are in the postseason, then we don't have to talk about him anymore because the Chiefs will save almost $8 million in salary cap money. He's gone. He's not coming back under any circumstance. So listen, get the best out of him you can, hopefully, for the next 4 games. And
literally drop money.
Get your second ring. Say thank you very much. Go to New York and play with Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers is running the Jets. Yes,
Nick. Don't even speak in the parade. Even the Chiefs do win. He shouldn't speak at all. He should be in the background, sitting down, celebrating with his mouth closed. Zip it up. Don't celebrate. You don't deserve it. He's going to have 1 or 2 Super Bowl rings to tell his grandchildren.
Speaking of celebration, Chris Jones got his 10th sack on the year, and he got $1.5 million, in cash.
Right,
$1.25 million in cash.
It's a big sack.
What was the statement that he made after the game, Nick?
She said, "Bye, Felicia.
I lost so much money holding out, so I'm just making my money back that I lost." And so, what does his agent do? He posts the $1.25 million bonus and said, let's go out the door because you're never going to represent Chris Jones again. That was, to me, Chris Jones slamming his agents and saying, you gave me some bad advice. Had I taken the deal that was offered at the beginning of training camp, not only would it have helped the Chiefs salary cap this year and next year, he would have got guarantees upwards of 80 to 81 to 82 million. He begged for that deal when he decided to screw his agents over and say, I'm not letting you guys negotiate this. I'm going to walk into Brett Veach's office and we're going to hash this out like men. And they hashed out a deal. And because of the bonus and because of the fact that Clark Hunt and Brett Veach and Andy Reid said, okay, fine, let him go out there and get his sack. Now he owes the Chiefs something. And what he owes them is to get rid of the Katz brothers altogether. And if he wants to play here, he's still going to have to give the Chiefs a hometown deal. He dropped the ball. His agents dropped the ball. But to me, this tweet, that pretty much tells me, hey, Katz brothers, adios. I'm no longer your signature NFL client. They only represent, I think, 11 guys or 12 guys. So That's what it told me. But hey, I didn't think Andy Reid had let him do it. Travis Kelce wanted to play to get his 16 yards, but I think he realized that he could use the day of rest because the Chargers played all of their starters, and they played really hard out there. There was no tanking.
I love it too. I love it.
Yeah, they played really well, and they still lost to a backup guy who hasn't started a game in 5 years. So that says a lot more, I think. But
it's a whole nother
if I'm
ball
Chris
game.
Jones when the postseason's over, the first thing I let people know is that I'm seeking other representation.
Drew Rosenhaus on line 1.
Well, Katz Brothers used to be with Drew Rosenhaus, and they left.
Does he go
and
back?
They took Chris Jones with him, so I don't know if he'd take him back. But
if
he gets a really good agent.
Question, Nick, go ahead. I got a question. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so does Jones command those dollars on the open market? Do you believe there's a team out there that would pay him what the Chiefs offered him this past training camp? Would somebody do that at his age and those kind of guarantees? Because Simmons is a younger player. Quinnen Williams is a younger player. All these defensive tackles that got that size contract are much younger than Chris. And Chris is a great player. He still is.
Sure.
I mean, if they don't have another closer on the team right now. Hopefully, George develops into that, or Omenahu if he has some juice in the tank, and I'm sure he does. Well. Right. Yeah. So, but is there another team out there that would offer him that kind of guarantee?
I think Arizona might. I think the Chicago Bears might
give us that fourth pick overall.
Let Nick talk, Bo. Let Nick talk.
I think they tag, and if they can get a deal done with Snead, and they're trying to get a deal done as we speak, I can confirm that 100%. It's going to be tough to get it done because of the amount of money that Snead is asking, but if they tag him, they'll have the cap space to trade him, and then they'll have the cap space freed up once they do. But to me, a team like the Cardinals, maybe they want someone to go in there and, Aaron Donald for the Rams.
You would think it would be
Jacksonville.
That's a lot closer, right?
What's that?
Closer to a Super Bowl type team.
Somebody have a question. Somebody have a question for Lou.
Arizona is not even close, right? Okay, so for them to spend at that age, I'm guessing it would be more of a playoff team.
Hello. All right. Trahan says she had a question for you, Lou. She says, Lou, he's not going to get that much money from another team.
She doesn't believe so, and it's a fair question, and I don't think so. I appreciate the opinion. It's a tough one. It really is. Right. It almost has to be a situation where a team overpays like Buffalo did for Von Miller.
And look at that,
and they got nothing out of it. Nothing. I mean, absolutely. I mean, they're screwed basically because what they gave him at an advanced age. He caught kind of lightning in the bottle with the Rams. So that's the cautionary tale of the free agency thing. And that's why Arizona, that would be a horrible move on their part because they're nowhere close to contending and they're going to pay somebody that kind of money to play 2 or 3 years.
I'm gonna say this, Lou. I say yes because right now a lot of teams probably can afford contenders probably can gain value and pay Chris Jones that type of money. But a team that really looking for an anchor, somebody they can anchor like a starting like a building block on. Why not? Why not build on Chris Jones? Like I said, who knows? The NFL is unpredictable. It's very unpredictable. So he can be a starting point for Arizona, right?
It would be interesting to see who would pony up
or the Bears, right? Or the Bears too. The Bears can get Chris Jones.
I think the Bears would be a good option for him.
Yeah, Bears got Chris Jones.
The Jets would be aggressive. I think maybe the Giants are looking for that guy.
Williams and Chris Jones.
That would be pretty sweet.
But that's a lot of money on the defensive line.
I think he's
tagged. There's a lot of beef out. There's a lot of beef on that line.
Yeah.
You hear me?
I think he's tagged and traded unless he's going to take less than what the Chiefs offered.
Yeah.
So what do you think the Chiefs would get out of Chris Jones?
I think they get a couple of second-round picks. To be honest with you,
I want their fourth overall #1 pick.
You're not going to get a top 15.
Of course, that's what you want.
I'm sorry. Right.
You may get a late. You may be lucky to get a late first rounder.
Yeah,
but
again, at his advanced age,
he's 30 years old.
Yeah.
he plays hard. Sometimes he doesn't play as hard as he should. And I'm not knocking the guy because he does get beat up, having 2 or 3 guys pound on him. But when Chris Jones wants to make a play, like he did the other day, he does.
Right.
Yeah. So he Marilee's right. He said he only wants to play for the Chiefs, and if that's true, and again, the Chiefs gave him a $1.25 million yesterday to prove their loyalty to him. It's time he shows some loyalty back to the organization because I wouldn't
agree.
have
I agree, guys. I don't think Chris Jones. Honestly, my opinion, guys, I really don't believe Chris Jones is leaving Kansas City, and I do believe they're gonna work out a deal to keep both Snead and Chris Jones. They're gonna figure out a way to do it because this defense is on the rise right now, and they got so much chemistry, on this defense. So I don't think they'll split them up. I really don't.
It's one chemistry that's wrong button. I just want to show
you. He did it on purpose. He did it on purpose.
That wasn't the wrong button.
It did on purpose, man.
You've been saving that. You've been saving that for the last 45 minutes.
He saved it.
He's like, where can I fit this in? Where there we
go.
There it is. There it is.
Stuff he does. He gonna say wrong button. No wrong button.
I just want to see the button. I just want to see the Bengals eliminated. They out of the playoffs. But again, the Dolphins, bring it back to the Chiefs and the Dolphins. The Dolphins head coach wore a shirt in practice early this year. Said he wished for it was colder weather.
I think
that was the playoffs last year.
That was last year before they went to Buffalo.
Last year. So now
in December, right?
Now he's going to get that cold weather in Kansas City.
Oh, he is. I'm sure he'll be wearing those shirts again.
And somebody said before the show, they said frozen fish sticks in Kansas City.
Wow. Since we're staying on this whole Audubon thing and we're talking about animals before, I have to be the nerd in the group and say the obligatory. Well, dolphins are mammals, so you got to get that out.
How they manual? I gotta Google that. I'll just mess with
you. Here we go again. Here we go to end the show. To end the show.
So are dolphins female or male?
Dolphin gets very aroused sometimes because they don't know who they humping on.
Okay. All right. Mute him.
I'm gonna say this.
Mute him.
Easy there.
But do y'all think the Miami Dolphins will come here and upset Kansas City in the cold?
I think it's gonna. I don't think it matters if it's cold weather or not. It's not going to make a difference. The problem is their defense. Potentially lost 2 more starters yesterday.
Yeah, they're depleted.
Yeah, that's 4 starters. Tua clearly is not that guy. Hill is hurt. He's playing hurt. He's going to be an every other down guy. They'll get their other receiver back. But he was pretty ineffective against the Chiefs the first time. And I just go back to this is a do-over for the Chiefs. This is an opportunity to change the narrative. This is the opportunity to say, listen, we're still the kings of the AFC. We got to go on the road, no problem. I think they'll play better on the road than they will at home because they won't have that pressure. So
my hope is that they don't press on offense trying to capture something, trying to capture the past, right? That's the only.
They don't have.
You talk about fears. That's my fear. Is if they
don't press too much.
If they try to make plays when they're not there.
Well, look what happened last year in the playoffs. What did they do? They played the same style game that they played in beating the Bengals a couple of weeks ago. They took what the defense gave them. They took a few shots down the field. They ran the ball. That's the formula. I'm with you, Lou. If they don't go crazy and start trying to overthink things. Keep it simple. You know what? It's going to be tough for both teams to catch the ball in that bitter cold. It's going to be difficult to run a normal offense. For the team that runs the ball best and plays the best defense is going to have the advantage. And I think the Dolphins have, they'll have 2 terrific running backs available to them on Saturday night. And the Chiefs have Pacheco. But, I take our offensive line over their offensive line, even with the struggling tackles. So
hey, who's Pittsburgh playing again? Pittsburgh's playing Buffalo, right?
Before you go into that, Dre. Speaking of taking chances, don't get the best. Let's go ahead to Dave Purdy, Nick. Go ahead.
All right, let's talk about my good friend Dave Purdy with
Dave,
Supreme
come on.
Lending. 816-405-5831 is the magic number if you're looking for a new mortgage. Listen, right now rates are coming down. They come down almost a full point, which is good news, which stimulates more houses available. And, of course, you can work with Eric Haynes if you need the house. And for the mortgage side, we got you Dave Purdy. You can reach Dave at 816-405-5831. And the reason we like Dave is because he's just like, like what I mentioned with Eric. He will make sure that he finds the right loan. He has enough of a portfolio available to whether you're a W-2 or a 1099. You can just call him and look at your current financial situation and just see what you can qualify for. He's working on taking care of that for myself and Mrs. Chiefs Blitz. And we're in the process of getting that done now. And he has walked every step with me. You want someone you can trust. Give Dave a call at 816-405-5831. We love Dave because he is pretty good.
So it's going to be a pretty good game on.
So listen.
Go ahead,
So
Joe.
listen, real quick. We talk about offense lines, right? The Pittsburgh Steelers been here too. Remember, we talk about veteran guys, right? Mike Tomlin has been through this. He won championships. He know the formula, how to play. Honestly, I say this. I say this. If a team that scares me in the AFC will be the Steelers.
I didn't want that as a first matchup. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not want to see them in round 1 in Kansas City. I just did. Even with Watt out, I didn't want to see it. So I'm not upset that the Dolphins are coming one bit. Me
either. I'm not, good point. Good
and
point,
because
they built for that.
I talked to some people today, and they felt pretty confident that the Dolphins were going to be the team going into the weekend that they would be facing this week. So, a lot of study has already gone on with the Dolphins in this matchup. And I think the Chiefs man-to-man are much happier facing the Dolphins than they are the Pittsburgh Steelers, because Pittsburgh is unknown.
The devil, The
devil, is the fact that if they put pressure on Tua, he's going to fold. And that's what Steve Spags does. Now, we'll talk a lot about this game on Wednesday and Friday, but the key for me is going to be Spags not waiting to see what Tua can do in the first quarter, but attacking him constantly throughout the entire game.
Hey, real quick, Desmond says this. Desmond says Najee Harris and Jalen Warren are a problem. They are. They
I agree. I don't know why to face those two.
Problem, man. They're gonna how it's crazy about it because in the playoffs it's about punishing your defense. They're gonna punish that defensive line. They're gonna wear you down.
If they put a $150 or 200 yards against the Bills, this is a field goal game and it could go either way.
It go either way.
That's the key. 100%. And regardless of Mason Rudolph and his receivers and everything else, if they run the ball like they did against Seattle, that's going to be tough for Buffalo.
They've won there
before.
If the Steelers win, the Steelers go to Baltimore, correct?
The Steelers win,
yes, because they're the 7th seed. They would automatically
go to Baltimore.
Yeah. And the Steelers fans are going to travel. It's not that far, right up I-79, 90.
No, and that would mean the Chiefs would have a second round home game if that happens. Yeah. If the Chiefs win. I'm sorry.
So everybody, you better be rooting for the Steelers after the Chiefs fried up some tuna.
Yeah. So if the Steelers win and the Chiefs win, the Chiefs will play the divisional round at home against the. They would play against the winner of Houston and Cleveland.
And I would like to, even though I said Cleveland, but I would like to see the Chiefs versus CJ Stroud. The old Texans versus the new Texans.
I love CJ Stroud. He's the best.
So
listen, I'm a big fan of CJ. Listen, guys, when I tell you I like quarterbacks that make their receivers better, that's CJ, man. With Nick Collins, man. Man, did you see that bomb off the rip? I was like, man, the confidence he has in his guys, man. To me, he scares me the most because, again, unknown. You don't know what the Texans are going to do because you can't keep.
You know what they're going to do. They're going to throw. They're going to throw the ball deep, take their shots, and try to run the ball. And now it's more Singletary than it is Pierce.
Right. But who's their go-to guy, though? I tell everybody, they have no go-to guy.
Well, Nico Collins, for sure.
Yeah,
they don't.
Nico.
What he's done this season, he and Dalton Schultz, really. Noah Brown's been in and out of the lineup. They lost Tank Dell. So, again, they're putting it together somehow, some way.
So
wins.
Real quick. 40KC Forever says this. I think we would handle Pittsburgh fine, he says, but Spags' defensive play calling, Mason Rudolph would have a hard time to figure it out. They're gonna run the ball anyway. Texans is a team I don't want to see.
Yeah,
I get that, but Pittsburgh is playoff. They're playoff ready. They play playoff style football all year.
Everybody, also everybody's still on here. Go and subscribe to Chiefs Blitz, Chiefs Blitz YouTube. Give us some more followers. Give us some more followers on there. Follow us on Instagram. Also, we building a page, we building a platform. Again, shout out Jake for the graphics. And also, again, thank
even though we put Jalen Hurts on there.
Jalen Hurts.
yeah, he put the wrong quarterback on there, man.
A lot of people uproar about the Peacock thing, but you can watch it. Top of 41.
Just do the 7-day free trial and cancel it after the game. I do not believe.
I thought you meant our Peacock conversation.
No. I'll talk about, but you still can watch a local here, Channel 41, and everybody knows that male peacock is a peacock is a male peacock.
Where's our sales guy? We keep doing all the free advertising. Come on.
So the Super Bowl odds are officially out. So the Chiefs are right now plus 900. They are behind San Francisco at plus 230, Baltimore plus 350, Buffalo at plus 650, and the Dallas Cowboys at plus 750.
Tell me everybody riding the Chiefs now.
Not a lot of confidence.
Not a lot of confidence in the Chiefs. I mean, they're sitting
in the fifth
spot.
Yeah,
and they got Buffalo.
It's just because our receivers, man. That's the only reason. But
the offense isn't the same. But in terms of just the totality of the team, how they play, the experience, you got to stick with them. You just got to.
Yeah, you can't rule out Patrick Mahomes. I'm sorry. I doubted him. Try to come back in that first game against the Patriots in the AFC title game. When he went down with injuries in the postseason, hobbling here and there, I thought there's no way they're done. When he went down in the end of the first half of the Eagles game, I'm like, I turned to my wife and I said, I'm done. That's ridiculous. There's no way he's coming back from that. And look what he does.
I'll tell you right now, he is the ultimate over my dead body player.
Correct.
He will not. I mean, you're going to have to kill me to get me out of the game, 1, and 2, to beat me. You cannot question him in terms of that. He might throw a few interceptions you don't like. But he's going to make plays, and he's a gamer. He will be there. He's going to.
Do y'all understand? Hey, do y'all understand? Like, if you look at Patrick Mahomes playoff runs, he's the general. He's the one that makes this team go. He's the engine. When I tell you on 3rd and 4th, 3rd and 5th, he's running the ball. Mahomes is going to put the ball in his hands and take over the game. That's why I tell everybody, do not go against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs because he's going to take it into his own hands. He's going to run the ball all the time. It's not going to be no 3rd and 25, 3rd and 35 or some crazy shit. Like, excuse my language, some crazy mess like that, because what's going to happen is he's going to keep it short. He's going to keep it short.
Single elimination. You're not holding anything back.
He's not. Mahomes scares me. As far as him, like what Bowtie just mentioned, guys, Mahomes is scary in the playoffs. All right. They could be even more scarier if these guys catch the ball, though.
They got one man.
Yes. That's big.
Rasheed Rice.
That's a big part of the touchdown pass.
Rasheed Rice took down a tweet that he tweeted at Tyreek Hill, said he's a better receiver than him. So when this showdown happens, it's going to show that the Chiefs has the number 1 receiver. It's going to show that Jalen Ramsey versus Rasheed Rice is going to get ate up. Because he was out there looking like an old man versus
did not
Diggs.
Look good. That shocked me how poorly he played yesterday.
He didn't look good against Diggs. I was like, Jesus Christ, you getting routed, sir.
Diggs has not played well for him 2 months.
Ramsey, listen, guys, Ramsey's been bad for the last 2 or 3 years. Nobody just really.
He's a Pro Bowler. He's a Pro Bowler.
But why? That's a whole nother discussion. Listen,
Most of the Pro Bowl is reputation.
It's
in
fans.
most cases.
And they're usually about a year behind.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of a Pro Bowler, we have a Pro Bowler, Eric Haynes. Go ahead and go ahead.
All right,
Look at that
I want to
guy.
thank my good friend Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. You can reach him at 816-729-3785 or esellskc@gmail.com. He's working with me and Mrs. Chiefs Blitz right now to find a house, and I am burning up his text messages and his cell phone and looking at properties, making sure we try to find the right one that works for my family. And he has taken every call with a smile. He has helped me in every way. And that's what you want. You want someone you can trust in the real estate game. So if you're in the Kansas City area or the outlying areas, or you know someone who's moving into Kansas City, give Eric a call at 816-729-3785. Turn the keys over to your real estate experience to Eric Haynes at the Eric Haynes Group.
Proud sponsor, Chief Who?
There you go. And Dave Purdy with Supreme Lending. If you're looking for someone who's going to make sure that you get the right mortgage that fits you, the right situation, whether you're looking at conventional, FHA, whatever it might be, long-term rates, short-term rates, whatever's available and it fits within the budget, Dave is going to find the solution for you. You want to have someone who understands the numbers and understands the market. And the good news is rates are coming down. And if you decide to buy a house in the spring like we are, rates are probably going to go down further. And within 12 months, you can always refinance for virtually nothing and get a lower rate even then. So now is a good time to find someone you can trust in the lending business. And that man is Mr. Dave Purdy. You can reach him at 816-405-5831. We love Dave because he is pretty good. Absolutely.
Go ahead, Dre.
Well, listen, I guess it's time for me to go do my shout outs. And it's a plethora of people in these comments.
Nice job today, people. Appreciate you very much.
In the game, right?
Yeah.
They came ready, right, guys? They came ready, right? KC Will, Trahan, Kareem, John. Let me see who else we got. We got some new guys. Go Forever KC. Let me see if I said his name right. Go Forever KC. Let's see. What's a lot of comments? That's a lot of comments, man. John, Desmond. What's up? What up, Desmond? Desmond is starting to become a local. Oh, yeah. Go for KC forever. All right. These names are wicked. But again, guys, I love the comments and keep them coming, guys. But remember, Mahomes is going to get it done. He is the guy. He's going to get it done. And guys, can we agree on the podium? Get rid of MVS. Get some new talent out there, guys, and go Chiefs in the playoffs.
Let's do it. All right. I want to thank everybody for jumping on today. We appreciate you. We'll be back on Wednesday with our Four Guys in a Bar segment. We will start breaking down what the Chiefs are saying on Tuesday and Wednesday and get you ready for Saturday night's game. Chiefs will host the Miami Dolphins in the frozen tundra of Arrowhead Stadium. The Finns are going to be, ironically, they're only a 1.5-point underdog right now, which I find is absolutely fascinating. That will probably change once we get the injury reports from the Dolphins after losing a couple of players last night in their loss against the Buffalo Bills. So I want to thank everybody. Check us out at ChiefsBlitz.com. Check out our YouTube at Chiefs Blitz. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're looking to build the numbers up there. We appreciate all the followers on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, and all of our social media links. You're the reason we drive this show. We appreciate that you're listening and watching, and we will be your number one source. Whenever the offseason begins, we're going to make sure you have every single detail of potential free agents, potential draft picks. We aren't going anywhere. Some of these other sites may fall off a little bit here and there, not be able to get together and produce the content, but that won't be us, because in the offseason, to me, is so much fun. And we've got 3 guys here with Hense Todd, Lou Montagna, and Andre Tillman that know that landscape very, very well. It's my job to facilitate, sit back, listen, and offer my takes. So I'm in the best of all worlds. So appreciate you guys, my brothers. We'll talk to you guys on Wednesday. Take care, and thanks for listening to Four Guys in a Bar presented by Chiefs Blitz.
Squish the fish.
Squish
Shout out.
And
Shout out
Peacock
Jacob
is a woman, guys. We out.
He's a
Peacock is
male.
a woman.
Just can't let me have the last word, can you?
Peacock. Peacock
It's a woman.
is a male.
It's a woman. It's a woman.
Peacock is a male.